சொல்லுங்கள் சார். சாப்பிடுங்க சார். இனிமேல் சாப்பிடுங்க சார். சாப்பிடுங்க சார்.
ஏன்னா மத்தியானம் அண்ணாமலை யூனிவர்சிட்டியில எப்போதும் ஒரு நல்ல சாப்பாடு இருக்கும். அது சாப்பிட்டு முடிச்சுட்டு அப்புறம் தூக்கத்துல நீங்க எல்லாரும் உட்கார்ந்தீங்கன்னா கஷ்டம். ஓகே. So what I am going to talk about, இது ஒரு கொஞ்சம் கான்செப்ட், ரொம்ப ஈஸியான கான்செப்ட். அது உங்களை பொறுத்து இருக்குது, எவ்வளவு தூரம் எடுத்துக்கிறீங்க அப்படிங்கிற பொறுத்து. This concept which is very very essential, especially for you. I'm going to talk about, we are all almost on ஒரு கொஞ்சம் கான்செப்ட் of our ரொம்ப ஈஸியான கான்செப்ட், பட் அது உங்களை பொறுத்து இருக்குது, எவ்வளவு தூரம் எடுத்துக்கிறீங்க அப்படிங்கிற பொறுத்து. And also inclusive growth and also innovation. So I am trying to cover these three aspects in one of these lecture, and I hope that you will get some ideas and try to think about our country, what we can do for the country. I think morning governor has told very nicely what you can do for the country is more important on this Visit Bharat 2047. So sometimes people, one of our students asked me, it is only 2047, why are you, now itself you are starting all those. Then we told that you are the person after some 24 years that you are going to be on the helm of affairs. So at that time you should not think that I should have done this earlier. That's what this reason, that's what we are putting. Okay. So let me go into this. So the agenda for my lecture is, I'll just talk about what is sustainable development and how the environment and sustainable development concept has been there in India, and how the environmental governance, more importantly, how we are giving importance to environment, then sustainable and inclusive growth, and role of technology for sustainability implementation, and sustainable startups in our university, which we have started some 3 years back, and it is really flourishing very well. I'm sure that here also there is Atal Center has been very active, and let us look at the conclusion afterwards. If you look at our economy, the original economy, what is called tiger economy. Any idea how the tiger will behave? I'm not asking engineering question, I am asking only the basic question. The tiger, the important character of the tiger. Huh? Okay. The tiger is, if it is hungry, it will try to see somehow get the food. But if it is full stomach, like இப்ப மாதிரி இருந்தா நீங்க முன்னாடி போனாலும் கூட ஒண்ணும் பண்ணாது. That is a habit of that. So whenever it becomes hungry, then it invades. So the tiger economy is whenever they want some money. So many times that we always say, ஒருத்தர் அரியர்ஸ் வாங்கினா கஜினி முகமது மாதிரி 18 தடவை வர்றான் அப்படிம்பாங்க. But actually கஜினி முகமது did not come for படையெடுக்கிறதுக்கு மட்டும் வரல. He came and then took away the money. That means 18 times when he comes also he got some money. Otherwise, who will come all the way for 18 times to come to a place and then try to fight and then create a problem. So mostly the tiger economy at that time is, if they want some wealth, they invade a country. And in fact, India also was invaded because of that, because we had a lot of money, lot of knowledge and everything. Okay. So that was the feeding on other animals, drinking their blood. Then it has come what is called monkey economy. Monkey economy is without contributing, but they take away our thing. Okay. This is after first they invade and take away and then go back to their country. Whereas in India, it is the other way around. They come and then try to start taking away all the materials, including our tea coat, everything has gone to British. Okay, so that's less violence, but it is destructive. And then only it has come what is called economy of honeybee. That means everyone has to work. Uh, it is a very simple term. It is a communist principle that you have to earn your own food. There is nobody, you should not try to take away from other people. That is what is called economy of honeybee. Contribute their share and effort to obtain the product. Then it has come what is called mother economy. That means there are people are suffering, like Africa, Sudan, and other people. And even we had also suffered some time because of the famine. So at that time, people try to give food and whatever it is required from other countries. So that is what is called mother economy. Economy of services, feed her young ones and risk her life in defending the young ones. The same honeybee, the honey, the queen, mainly the purpose is to get more honeybees and then automatically it dies. So the last one now, what it is going on is what is called green economy. Green economy means it is not only that you do anything, but keep in mind two things. One is improved human well-being and also social equity. That is what very importantly today morning also our governor has talked about. So it is, you have to take, no one should be left behind. So everyone has to be taken care on this. So this one, we are now talking about what is called green economy. Any industry or any development that you do, there should be some consideration on your back of mind on what is, whether it is going to not to harm any environment. At the same time, it is also benefiting to many people. It is not equality principle, but it is a equity principle. Okay, that's what we may have to look at it. So let us look at what is sustainability. So normally in class we should ask, but because of the time I am just going. So morning also I have told, in fact sustainable development, the definition was given by Mahatma Gandhi. Unfortunately, we never protected our people. Mahatma Gandhi has clearly told nature has given everything for man's need, not for his greed. That's the only thing. So you cannot ஒரு தங்க சுரங்கம் எல்லாத்தையும் எடுத்துட்டு போக கூடாது. Whatever you need, you take, and remaining thing left, it is for the future generation that you may have to do. So that is what they have come out from the Brundtland Commission. Development that meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generation to meet their own needs. So in a simple words, we are, whatever if you are using excess, you are really borrowing from future people or you are depriving the future people. So you have some idea what is the minimum requirement, do it. Okay. I always say that tree is an example. So tree is one which never takes anything excess. If water is not there, it will send out some leaves, but only use what is the water available. But we are on the other way around. Whether it is there or not, we really go ahead with what we need. That's the more important difference between the nature and this. So Dr. Grohalam, he was the only thing. So why we talk about what is the need of this sustainability thing? Okay. So I remember one of the story which my father used to tell. Okay, that's really sustainability. He didn't tell on sustainability terms, but there was a village. One fellow was coming for the Panavalailas in the visiting. So he came and told or selling out all of the visities for 10 rupees or 5 rupees, whatever it is. And after some time, the villagers were started using it. But within 3 or 4 days, the thing has, because it was somewhat very old Palmara leaf and so on, it has torn out. Then everybody was angry. This fellow has took 10 rupees for us and afterwards he had come one more time that he came with visiri and then tried to sell the people. Then everyone was shouting at him, what you have done and all those things. Then at that time, the person who was selling the visiri, he told that you all bought visiri from me, but no one has asked me how to use it. Okay, how to use it is, only thing is you hold the visiri and only nod your head. Okay, so if you have used that way, the visiri would not have spoiled. So now we are in that particular situation. We cannot take the environment like a visiri. We have to only tune to what it is in the environment. That is the position we are now in the brim of the situation that we may have to now look at the sustainability. The reason is 6.7 billion people, now it is around 10 billion people. 1.9 billion are living in poverty. 975 million people are malnourished, and almost uh, to outdoor air pollution, a lot of people are dying. It is not knowing that it is because of the air pollution, but people are dying out of it. And 1.5 million deaths per year result from unsafe water, inadequate sanitation or hygiene. So this pollution of the air, pollution of water, pollution of land, who is doing? We are only doing. That's what we always say, that if you discharge your wastewater outside your house, it never goes anywhere. During the rain, the thing will go to a river, and again from river somebody will take that water, and then in the name of treatment they do something, and again it come back to you. So please remember, if you pollute environment, finally you are going to do that. The simple example is fish. Fish has the highest capacity of bioaccumulation. Bioaccumulation means whatever it takes, the heavy metals and all those things will try to push it in the body without any side effect. It doesn't have any side effect. Yes, it lives only in water, so always there is no problem. But we always go and take, suppose we send mercury and all these things, chromium, everything to the sea, let us say, and then all of them are collected by the fish, and you go to the market and take the fish, and which is ரொம்ப பளபளன்னு இருக்குன்னா நல்ல ஃபிஷ்னு வாங்கி சமைக்கும் போது everything goes into your stomach. Immediately people should not say that only non-vegetarian is a problem, vegetarian is not a problem, but vegetarian is also a problem. Any green plant will take the heavy metals or metals directly into it, whether it's கீரையா இருக்கலாம், தக்காளியா இருக்கலாம், கத்திரிக்காயா இருக்கலாம். That also again come back to your life cycle. So if you start polluting, you will be only finally getting affected by that. That is the point that we should remember. Okay, and so there are 2 or 3 models which are available for sustainable development. The most common model is that it is a 3-pillar model, or it is a kind of a stool with 3 legs. Okay, so tripod model. Okay, so one is economic, another is environmental, and third one is social. So all the 3, that's what sustainable development. So you have to take care of both environment and sustainability into whenever you do any development. Okay, so the economic objective is you have to grow GDP or equity and efficiency. Okay, many times that our industry only look at efficiency, and they never worried about the other environmental objective. Environmentally, you have to be in the same ecosystem, carrying capacity, that means particular area. There are so many industries only can live, but we put in one particular place, somehow this SIPCO concept or cluster concept, which is a very wrong one. So you put every industry in one place, and they put water pollution, air pollution, everything. Yeah, suppose I have a land or I have a house nearby, I am the most vulnerably affected, which you may not be knowing. You will be knowing after some 45, 50 years only, this effect will be very high. So we have to look at that as a one model, and how to relate these three is the most important thing in our system. So earlier we are considering individually. So originally, even for our project proposal, whenever we submit to government, they always look at B by C ratio. That means benefit cost ratio should be more than 1.5, whatever your project. Then only the project will be sanctioned. But now it is not. Now you have to first tell that whether environmentally this will be affecting, or what will be the impact of this on the environment. And third one, how many people are going to get benefited out of your project. So nowadays, the projects are not sanctioned for fundamental research. It is more on applied research, and more number of people should get benefit out of it. Okay, that's more important. And also, it is not one person project is not getting sanctioned. You may have to go for inter-university, inter-departmental, at least more than 2 or 3 people if you are putting. That will be much better kind of a development as such it is there. So now what we are really looking for is all of them together: economic prosperity, environmental protection, social justice. All these three have to be considered for any project. You can't say that one I will consider, other two I may not consider, and so on. So all of them are, in fact, it is going one more in economic. You will also have two things. One is, what is the national development, how it will be contributing to national development, how it will be contributing to the local rural development, wherever you are putting your project. So these are some of the important things. If you want to write a project proposal, you have to highlight these points, what it is really required. So once the circles overlap, then that is what it is required. It is not on one side, I am only considering part of it. That's not a good kind of a thing. So now it is more on, all of them should be over emphasized, okay, or it should be superimposed rather than it is on the side. That is what the sustainable development concept. Now another way of looking the sustainable development thing is, we call 5P model: people, prosperity, and also peace. This is also very important: partnership and planet. So these 5P also is very important as one of them. There are many models which are available, but I'm not. These two models are very important if you talk about sustainable development aspects. So how Indian context we have started the sustainable development. In fact, it has come only around 95 or 96 only. It has come to the even academic side. But before that itself, the 7th 5-year plan itself, it has been implemented in principle. And one thing that I should tell you, we are very good in writing or producing a good document. But the problem comes when it is implemented. So here also in the 7th 5-year plan itself, you can go and see the document, sustainable development is there. Okay. If the gains in productivity are to be sustained, resources must also continue to be available over time. This requires that while providing current needs, the resource base be managed so as to enable sustainable development. That's a document which is in 85 or 84 itself, that document was there. So that it is. So, and we have started the Environmental Act in 1986. So which includes water, air and land and the interrelationship. between air, water, and land, and human beings and other living creatures, plants, microorganisms, and property. And now, I don't know whether you have read it in the net or something. Now, in Europe, there is a movement called Deep Ecology Party. Okay, so they always Green Party, Deep Ecology Party, and all. Deep Ecology is the. Please remember, this is very important. You are one among the species, and there are more than 2 lakh species which are there available. But we always assume that we are the only living being and all the resources are for you. But this concept is against the deep ecology. Deep ecology is saying that you are only having the voting power of 1 in 2 lakhs or 1 in 5 lakhs, whatever be the kind of living beings that it is there. Human being has only one vote, but you can't say that all others are all nothing, that I will take everything. So this is the concept. Now it is going very well. So it is not only talk about the animals and so on. Microbes also people are looking at little more. And because health sector is there, if temperature is increased by 1 degree, the good microbes will be dying and the disease creating microbes will come out, or microorganism will come out, or bacteria will come out. This is what it is there. So we don't think that it is only 1 degree. Why are we unnecessarily making a fuss out of it? But 1 degree makes a lot of impact on the ecosystem. That is what we may have to look at it. So now we have a good policy wise, national environmental policy is there. 1 to 10 years they update that particular one. So, but please, when you have time, kindly go through these. So it was very good. If you have a time, please listen to our late Prime Minister Indira Gandhi's speech on the UN Sustainable Development meeting. So in that she was very good orator, and especially in English, she is very good. So she made it very clear that in fact it is 72. At that time she told that please don't ask India to start doing it because we are only developing now. Okay, if you put all these conditions, we cannot because there are people who are not getting the food. So first I will do that. You give 10 years, okay, and within 10 years we will try to look at it. And exactly he has made 1984. He has made the Ministry of Environment Forest. He has created that. Okay, so that was the vision. If you look at her vision, you can just see at that time. Okay, I am not making recommendation or something, but only on the environmental side, I am saying that how a visionary leader has told about our country. Okay, so that 1972, but 84 only we have started creating a ministry for exclusively for environment. And now we are also including climate change. Ministry of Environment and Climate Change also we have added such importance as what we are giving. So let us just see how the environmental governance in India. So in fact, we always say that அசோகர் மரத்தை நட்டார். Am I correct? இது வந்து எல்லா பாடம் எல்லா ஸ்கூல்லையும் சொல்லி கொடுக்காரு. பட் அவர் மரத்தை மட்டும் நடல. He has come out with a good document. What are the different species are there from Himalayas to up to south? Okay, I don't know whether he has such a interest on biological diversity, and he has written these are all the things. And what are the trees need to be planted on the roadside so that people will get the shadows for their thing, because at that time they will be walking quite a lot. So that was the main thing. So he has on 3rd century itself, Asoka King edicts talked about which species to be protected, which species should be given on the extinct stage. All those things. See, it is sometimes we never bother about history, but history gives a lot of lessons. So don't throw away the history, because normally in any school, history class attend பண்றாங்க. But history is much more important. Okay. Then the elephant killing in 1870 could result in death penalty. So that is what, of course, that might have been done because of this trunk and all those things. But still, if you kill an elephant, you will be killed. That was a kind of system that it is there. And concept of aranya, or it is forest, and abharanya is very old. And there are, the Diopani, Kanganpani, Kangarpani, all those things in the North India, they really salute both the trees and as well as the water. In fact, it is whenever you had a chance to go to Jaipur, just to go to that one mountain, okay? In that mountain, that is a very nice rainwater harvesting they do, and then it comes all the way by below ground, and then come and fill up a lake in the Jaipur. Jaipur, Udaipur, these are all many lakes which are there. It is very nice to see that it is there. In fact, the kings will go and then build actually he built a kind of a palace inside the lake in Udaipur, and there was a court case, and the ministry has asked us to go and then check out. In fact, in the summer, if you go inside that particular palace, it is very cool. It's like a AC building, and they really enjoyed the life. Okay, that's what I understand. And the mythology and the environmental governance is one of the common factors which our governor also has told. We say that Kurmavada. These are all to protect that particular one. So especially people are killing these tortoise. Okay. So there are many things. So to avoid that only they had put out all these particular things. And in constitutional, we are really very good. So Article 19A, this is Constitution in 1950. Please think about it. 1950 itself, we say that we should not create noise pollution. That means at that time itself, somebody, whether it is there or not, I don't know, because I was born only 1959. So maybe it is there. People have had a vision. And Article 21, conferring to right of life, encompasses right to clean environment, right to livelihood, right to live with dignity, and a number of associated rights. Because many times that we are all claiming rights, but as a right, that you should also provide a clean environment. You can't pollute the environment so that the other person will be suffering, or you yourself will be suffering. And Article 47 goes for nutrition. 48 is it is that to protect and improve the environment and to safeguard the forest and wildlife. It is categorically told, and I like this 51A G. Fundamental duty of every citizen is to protect and improve the natural environment, including forest, lake, river, wildlife, and have compassion for living creation. So this is a very nice article. Please have a look at it. So 1950, no other country had in the constitution put that you, suppose, based on this, you can go to court that somebody is polluting, and please take action. It is correct on this article, constitutional article. If there is nothing, we can't, if somebody is polluting, we can't go to the court. But now it is very clear. Please remember this 51AG. Okay. And there are many things, but I am just saying these are important. So now, having talked about sustainability and the environment, our business, whatever we are going to do, it is to take care of environment and society. Okay, so don't ever discard that and then okay, I come out with a product. Look at those things on that. That is what we are looking. So even if you want a startup, at that time itself, you should give some idea about environment and society, and the business will be smaller. It is not the business is high, environment is very, very low. Okay. So for that, the 17 sustainable development goals, originally it is Millennium Development Goal, but then they have changed it to Sustainable Development Goal 17. And in that, if you look at it, the first is poverty and hunger and good health and well-being, quality education, gender equality, clean water and sanitation, and attainable and clean energy, affordable, and decent work and economic growth, and industry, innovational and infrastructure, and reduced inequalities, and sustenance, sustainable and cities and commodities, and responsible consumption and production. So we have everything. So in this, if you look at it, at least 10 of them talk about environment. You can just look at out of 17, 10 will talk about environment, and 6 at least talk about water. So if you are having a plan to do post-graduation, please do this. We need a lot of people. Maybe, it is not for, if you want to do some good kind of a protection to the society or environment, I think we need to look at little more on that. And if you get a PG on that, it will be really good. So now we are really developing the startups, whatever thing we look at on this one, because the business which are not utilizing many physical resources, and the products what it is coming, it is again going into the environment. So we may have to, like computer, how long it can be? Only for 5 years it will work very well. Afterwards it has to go as electronic based. What happens to that, and how it is getting, there is no clear thing, and people are putting somewhere else, and in that all heavy metals are there. Please remember that. Including there is a gold also is there, but the gold is very, very small. But all other heavy metals are there. And if you make a note of, if you just crush it and then take heavy metal analysis in your lab, you will have every metal. So one has to be really planned for that particular one, how to protect these particular one. So can I reduce the number of computers? It's always a passion for any department to ask more computers, more computers. But actually, if you look at on environmental point of view, that's not a good thing. So what we are looking at is that the company, which is a business, and society, and then the environment should be on both sides. It is not that it is away from that particular one. So that is what is called sustainable growth. It is about more than only economic progress. It is about balancing what you are doing with environment and also society. We seek development that not only fuels economic prosperity but also takes into account the well-being of our environment and society. That is what is called sustainable development aspect. So the inclusive growth is one thing that we should also remember. Inclusive growth is a commitment to ensure that the benefits of it is, in fact, the governor doesn't want the benefits word, but actually whatever it is there, it has to go to all people, shared by all, not only one section of the people are enjoying that. So it's about reducing disparities, fostering social cohesion. Please remember, even though we have sent Chandrayaan, I am not pessimistic, Chandrayaan, but still 20% of the people are below poverty line, or they take only one time food. Okay, and they are also paying tax. So one has to really look at all this. So it is more equity based rather than equality based. Equality is you give everyone the same amount, but actually that is what we are doing. It is not correct. We have to look at on equity based. How much I have to support a particular person so that he also comes above the below poverty line. So that is what we may have to look at it rather than to give everyone same amount. That may not be good asset for if you want a inclusive growth. So if you give only the small amount for him, that will be 1 day or 2 days only he will be using it. Otherwise, it may be very difficult. So the challenge is, as I told, 9.2% of global population lives in extreme poverty. This is not our report, World Bank report. This is just a statistic. It's a poignant reminder that extreme poverty is a barrier to inclusive growth. First, we have to give the food for them. Okay, they are also people. So how do you say that it is not? Global income inequality has risen by 11% in developing countries over the last 2 decades. This also is not just a number, it's a stark reminder of disparities that exist. Disparity is increasing. Somebody is poor become poor and richer become richer. That is what the report says. Extreme poverty hampers access to education because first thing is food. So if the food is there, only then people come to school. That is what Kamarajar has done. It. First, let us give the food. Then only we can ask them to come to school. To truly embody sustainable growth, we must adopt practices that respect the finite resources of our planet, including carbon emission, promoting renewable energy, and adopting eco-friendly manufacturing process. Social inclusion is another problem specifically for our country. We have a social disparity. It is not that he doesn't have money, or even if he is having money also there is a social exclusion, which is not correct. And we try to create a society where now everyone, regardless of background, has equal access to opportunity. That way, this Atal center will be providing for, irrespective of whatever be your background, the funding is provided that your idea is good. Okay, your brain, whatever the idea is good, not you have to pool some money or deposit some money, nothing is there. So if your idea is good, even up to 20 lakhs, government is willing to give or trust on you and invest on you. That way it will be really better. Okay, so let me. So the role in here, the role of technology comes in. So we may have to come out with innovative technology. Innovation is invention which is going to be useful for many people. Then only it can become a kind of innovation. Otherwise, if it is I only invented, I am only keeping it, then that is invention. With that we can stop. But if you want innovation, innovation is whatever your invention has to be practically useful for many people, like cell phone. But sometimes it takes time. So the same many times the computer itself, originally it has come, but it took around 10 years to make it as a affordable one. Okay, so sometimes it may be 25 years. Okay, so even the radio, it took 25 years to become a good material to be useful by all the people. Even cell phone initially who were produced, he did not get any recognition. But after some 10 years only, somebody else has come out and then there. So it takes some time, what we call the period, null period, and afterwards only some things will come. This is also true in our technology also. We had expert system developed long back, but expert system was being used only around 2000 and so on. Okay, so there are technical industries are projected to create almost 12 million jobs by 2025. But these jobs are not going to be the same old job, what like fitter or welder or maybe a supervisor or an engineer. Now you have to look for little more artificial intelligence, machine learning. You should have some cyber security. Security also you should be. So maybe you may have to look at little more on that or equip yourself with the latest development. Okay, these are some of the areas that what I am saying. Social telemedicine usage increased by 38 globally in 2020, improved health more character. environmental renewable energy has reduced the cost of solar power by 89% in the past. So that's what our governor also was telling. Now we are very good in solar. Can we start business on that particular one? Which it is not going to spoil your environment. Whereas um, uh, coal industry or a thermal power plant, you know how much pollution that it is there, including mercury, everything comes out of because that whatever the coal will contain all these materials also. Maybe 0.05%, but that 0.5 will make problems for you. So that's so the inclusive growth and digital exclusion. So 1.7 billion adults globally are unbanked, hindering economic inclusion. So this is one of the things now they are trying to make everyone should have a bank account. And the Google project Tara aimed to provide high-speed internet to even remote areas. So that they are doing as a CSR activity, not as a money wise, so that everyone is not excluded. So inclusive approach. So that way it is good. There are companies are doing. So please remember this is what I was telling. Approximately 53.6 million metric tons of electronic waste were generated globally in 2019, and this might have 53.6. Now it might have become 80. So one has to be really worried where it is going, where it is being dumped. They might have normally dumped it in a good place like in forest, where nobody go and see that, but they dump it and then go away. Okay, this is one of the problems. Then and the entire area, forest area will be getting affected. Okay, so now they are now looking, Apple is going for commitment to using 100% recycled rare earth metal, and its entire production will be from the recycling or rare earth, the sense which is not going to be used for anything else, that will be used without much kind of a problem. This is one nice case study. The Kenya, they have used now almost transformed the Kenya's economy through mobile money. Okay, so we have some problem, but M-Pesa is a project, and over 40% of Kenya's GDP flows through M-Pesa. Now they have one particular thing, so only through it is a digital economy. That's what it is going on. Maybe we may have to also like our solar power also. India's solar capacity grew from 2.6 gigawatts in 2014 from 240 gigawatts in 2022. That is one of the new things that we should be proud that we have taken up this particular work. So access to education through technology also it is very good, like Coursera or Khan Academy and other things that you can utilize it so that there is no almost the free education for 100 million learners. Khan Academy is from USA. They have done it, so you can freely access that particular one. Any subject that it is there. Of course, now Chat GPT also has come, but so we have to look at on three pillar balancing. Okay, so that's what I told. Imagine a tripod where economic process, social equity, and environmental responsibility form the three legs. Okay, the challenge and beauty lie in finding the right balance, achieving growth without compromising our planet or leaving certain communities behind. That's a thing. So let me just give you what our thing. Uh, any strategy or any, even if you want to start a new startup or something, we should look at on financial, customer satisfaction, internal process, enabler. These are all part of it. But look at society and environment. Okay, so uh, tax and accounting, these are all financial, informed on product, concern, address, eco-friendly product finally, so that you don't use any thing. Sustainable energy, greenhouse emission, you have to calculate how much is the greenhouse emission. Then, so definitely effective water usage. At the same time, waste is minimal. So the employee health, and ecosystem. We are not encouraging any ecosystem and employee fair wage and employee no discrimination. And so these are all points that if you want to start a business or if you want to start a startup, we may have to concern about this at the beginning itself. Don't tell that you created a system, now I will, afterwards I will look after the environment. That's not correct. Okay. So society side, community concern, and ethical business contact. And so, so let me just another 2 or 3 slides about our Atal Incubation Center of PEC. Originally it is called PEC, now it is PTU. So it is fully supported and funded by Atal Innovation Mission, Niti Ayog of Government of India, hosted by our university. So we have taken 3 areas. We have not taken many areas. One is medium, electronic design and manufacturing. So the students who are interested in this particular area can develop their startup and all help will be provided by the university. And unmanned aerial vehicle, okay, drone and also unmanned aerial vehicle and Internet of Things. Okay, so now they have really started or it has been worked, and the program is like that. We take the student like filtering. So people give ideas, but we select certain ideas, or that is what is called filtering. So that we really use Makeathon, Ideathon, SIP, Students Induction Program, EDP, and demo days. All those things were innovation thing that out of that, whoever gives some good idea, maybe around 20 or something, that we'll select, and then we'll take pre-incubation. So the idea stage, then idea validation by the experts, and also from industry people. We have a committee which consists of our own faculty plus industry people plus ministry people also sometimes, and market study and business model, and we try to create that. Yes, if it is all of them are okay, then that's a intake. Then midway again incubation, rapid prototyping, pilot testing, proto refinement, business model validation. Then we try to scale up. So go and start that. For that, we arrange with the banks, and the banks give the loan, or sometimes the industry itself will give the starter, which may be helpful for them on a long run. So that may be a, let us say, one automobile industry is there for that, a spare part, a new way of developing certain things, that if it comes up, the industry funds it. Okay, so that, and once it is started revenue generation, then we graduate them, or he gets a degree kind of a thing for the startup. This is the process. First one is for 6 months, then 12 months, and 6 months. Again, graduation is 24 months. So by the end of 4th year or 4th year plus some 6 months, they will be able to start their own business on this entrepreneurship. In addition, we have a minor program completely on entrepreneurship and business strategies. So that if you are interested in business, you can start those courses completely. That may be a good idea. Namal University also should look at that particular thing, that it is possible. And that is for a minor. But we have one course which is compulsory for every student, whether you from computer science or any science. Any side that this incubation will help. So let me, this is a filtering kind of a thing. I'm just giving photos. Then this is how the intake. Okay, we have, and these are the products which the students have come out mainly for electronic design side. Okay, this is the product, and also the solar energy also they have done. And this is the exhibition what they do, and of course at that time the chief minister also was very happy to look at all these things. So, so now once he is getting graduated, he is with the fund. So that is what we are really doing on that. So we have incubated 35 plus and employment generated with these people more than 100. This is only for the last 2 or 3 years. Startup graduated 10, startup funded is 12. Okay, these are all the companies that they have started. So these are the two new products. One is on your solar panel, a new solar panel which is more effective than the earlier one, and a new cycle. Okay, this cycle also will be running based on the solar energy. Okay, that, and we have a drone which is completely designed by students. Only the teacher will help them, especially. And this is your drone, and this is CNC plotter. So, in fact, we are using. So, let me conclude my talk. Sustainability is a matter of survival, not choice. You don't have any other choice on this particular one. And industries need to focus on environmental sustainability as a strategy, and sustainability startups are order of the day. So you have to do that. That's three things I wanted. So this is very nice. The pearls of wisdom Mahatma Gandhi has told. One person went and told our GDP is progressing at a good speed, but he told very clearly speed is irrelevant if you are going on a wrong direction. So wrong direction is without considering the sustainability. If I am going with a lot of industries, that's a wrong direction. And also what we are doing to the environment and forest of the world, but a mirror reflection of what we are going to do ourselves and to one another. I think Mahatma Gandhi has a real vision. Please let us not forget about him. So finally, I just wanted to, there are many teachers are there. So how to teach Newton law? Okay. So a cow was walking, Newton stopped it, and it stopped. So he framed the first law: an object continues to move unless it is stopped. That's the first law. Then he gave a kick force by kicking the cow. It gave a sound moo. Then he wrote the second law: F equal to ma. Then after some time, the cow gave a kick to Newton. Then he formulated the third law that every action has an equal and opposite reaction. So, in fact, the teacher இப்படி சொல்லி கொடுத்திருந்தாங்கன்னா Newton's law உங்களுக்கு மறக்காது. Okay, that's the only point. So, thank you very much for patience.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for giving a very, probably because I missed with the lecture, I have disqualified myself from interacting with you since I was not there. May I invite the honorable elite speakers on the dais and also the delegates sitting in front to interact with Dr. Mohan for further explorative learning.
We can permit one or two questions and
Where from the last law, E is equal to mc square came, sir.
if there are no more questions, shall we move on to the next speaker, sir? Yeah, we'll have the next talk by Dr. V. Veerappan, co-founder and president SAL Bangalore. Dr. V. Veerappan is one of the proud alumni from the Faculty of Engineering and Technology, Anna University. He brings with him 33 years of rich experience in various capacities in several pioneering companies in the field of electronic industries. He has won several prestigious awards and is known for his social activities. We request you, sir, to kindly deliver your lecture. Since Professor Mohan sir is leaving, we want to honor him. May I request our esteemed Vice Chancellor to kindly come forward to honor Mohan sir, please. Thank you, sir. Dr. Veerappan sir, the stage is yours. Please, sir.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Honorable Vice Chancellor Dr. R.M.K. of our university. Annam University is our, I studied here, so it's always our university. I was an engineering student, 1977-82. We passed out in 1982 here from Annam University. Former Dean of Marine, Dr. C. Kadiresan, Professor Mohan, who VC of Puducherry University. I can see a lot of former deans sitting here, former directors sitting here of engineering faculty, and head of the department of other faculty of Annam University. And I can see Karthikeyan, who is the current dean of Faculty of Engineering and Technology, and Bala Murugan, who hosted me today. He was with me to take care of me here. So when Dr. R.M.K. called me about 3 days before, he said that there's a G20 seminar, you have to come and speak. I thought that, in 3 days I have to prepare and speak. But after coming here, I see the entire event has been organized in 3-4 days' time. I think thanks to Dr. R.M.K. for the wonderful, let's all give a big clap. I think putting such an event in a very, very short span, I was told the Chancellor gave him only the contribution only 3-4 days before. I think putting all these things together in a very, very short span, I think this is a skill of our Annam University alumni becoming a Vice Chancellor of our own university. Thank you, Dr. R.M.K. Now I will start my talk. I think about 20-25 minutes is the time. I'll give a small brief about myself that I studied here. When we studied, there was no computer engineering. There was no, when we had like electrical and electronics and instrumentation, which was a new course those days. So we were given to select either mechanical engineering, M&P, production. Then next is electrical, electronics, and civil structure. These are all the departments. We never had any other department. Chemical engineering, of course, is separate. Because chemical, you're doing joining itself, you take a chemical engineering on first year. We had 5-year engineering course. So we selected electronics because we didn't score much marks. The option was given to you, right? And third year, you have to select the, second year, you have to select the branch. We selected without knowing, I selected electronics because I was not having good marks to get mechanical or production. We selected electronics those days. There was no computer science. So that's why the life started with that in 1982. Then I moved to a computer company in Chennai, started as a computer engineer in Chennai in 82. Then slowly, I joined Wipro. Wipro, I grew to a national level as national support manager in Wipro. Then I joined Motorola, a US company taking care of the entire global software division, which is until 2003. Then last 20 years, I've co-founded the company called Tesol. We are into semiconductor. So why I'm telling all these things is that's all we are all on the stage because of the great, our founders, Dr. Annam Chettiar and Muthiah Chettiar and I think we should thank them and all our teachers who taught us. I always give the first recognition to them. We are all here because of them. The teachers brought us to here, so let's all give a big, big thanks and applause to all our founders and teachers for being kept us here. Okay. So when he told me you'll talk about digital public infrastructure, which is a fantastic topic in the country today. You all know, right? Anybody is talking about digital, this is what I'll go through the slide. The introduction is first, if you see, what is digital transformation? Is the process of adoption of implementation of digital technology in any field. You have to adopt the digital technology. While digital transformation usually happens at a business level. Normally, digital means office, email, X, Y, Z is what happening. Now, in India, we are looking on a complete public infrastructure level. The transformation is happening in infra level. Third is India has been progressing steadily. First we covered the urban areas, cities. Now The country is covering completely even rural areas and digital economy. All of you know about it. So in between 2011 and 19, this is the period that grew. We were neck to neck with China. China was growing, so we were neck to neck with China at 11%. 11% was the China station. We were neck to neck with that. With this introduction, I will go into this now. You all know there's something called UPI today. You do this Google Pay and Phone Pay. You know how many transactions happening a day now in India? Per day. 1 lakh, some numbers. So if you take one day, 35 crore transactions are happening per day in India now. Highest in the world. So all of us, most of us use the digital payment sector, which is very, very successful. So 35 crore transactions happening every day. That means that it has to happen through a smartphone. It has to go through a technology, like a mobile or whatever. It has to go through GSM. You need to that much of telecom support. Then where is going? It has to go to somewhere like a cloud, right? It has to go to cloud. Then it has to reach the other bank and so on, right? So these type of infrastructure is really that's the landscape we have today in the country. So 35 crores of transactions happen on UPI today. Then ET, Economic Times and Telecom, basically 52% of the population had access to the internet in 2022. The survey was done 2022. The whole Indian population is 140 crores we are talking about. Half of it are having access to absolutely internet. Means half of the population of the country is accessing internet. See the size of the country's internet population. 400 million were from rural areas. That's the beauty now. This number, 400 million people from the rural areas are using internet today, which is a transformation of the technology, digital transformation. So research again, 66% of Indian population had smartphones in 2022. 2015, 19% more than 2015. In 7 years, now we have 66% of all of us are using smartphones. You see that now smartphones means absolutely you are in some app, totally different. Now you have UPI, you have the phone pay, you have any other app. So 66% of Indian population is on smartphones. That means that absolutely we are transformed digitally. Data, this is a wonderful thing you take. In 2015, per 1 GB data, we used to pay 228 rupees. 1 GB of data, if you are not transferring, if anything, you have to pay 228 rupees for 1 GB of data. Today, 2022, the survey is done, we are paying 7 rupees per GB. So where it is 220 in 2015, we have come to 7 rupees per 1 GB of data. So in this regard, you also know, right? Those days, the hard disk, when we studied here in Annamalai University in 82, we had the computer, only one computer. It's called TDC 316. But we were, Professor Balasundaram was there, Armugam sir was there. We were not allowed to touch. You have to remove chappal and go to the room. You can't go to the room. There is something like that. So we saw that as a big elephant or animal. So we saw that from a distance. That's what the computer we saw in the same university in 1970s and 80s. Now you see, where there we had a hard disk, 1 MB hard disk. 1 MB hard disk was almost this size, this podium size. 1 MB hard disk was this size. Now they're talking about GBs in. Now they're talking about even TBs, not GB now. There is now 16 TB in this size. This size of the Maverick card has got 16 terabyte, TB, not GB. So where the technology is gone. So one more example I want to tell you, all of you should know that the palm size is normally the IC, integrated chip IC. Earlier, so it used to have 4,000 transistors. You know, right? The chip is nothing but a transistor. It used to have 4,000 transistors. Now, the same palm size chip is having 4 million transistors, means 40 lakhs. So 4,000 to 40 lakhs we have gone. 40 lakhs we have gone in a small chip. How? That is why you talk about the nanotechnology. What is there in the chip? 2 transistors. We are in the same field. 2. You have to have anyway. You have to have a lead. So between the lead there has to be a gap. That's what the nanotechnology means. So what I'm just telling you is they're talking about nano. What is nano? It is 10 to the power of 3. Basically, you cut your hair. I mean, I don't have hair, but you can cut your hair and see 1,000. You can cut your hair into 1,000. That one is a gap between two leads today. You cut your hair into 1,000. That is the gap between two leads in the integrated chip today. Now, how technology has grown. So the public has gained access to new world of possibilities. You all know, right? Because of all this, the public is now getting into, everybody is getting into all this usage. Okay. Next is best of public and private interest. This is what India as a country has taken. First is we have to identify the layer. You all know, right? First is we identified that Aadhaar. Because any public, what you need in infra is identify the individual. If you do a bank transfer, if you have to identify yourself. So that's the first thing the country has done very well. You all know that Aadhaar, which is UDI, Unique Identification Authority of India. Who done that? Nandan Nilakani was the chairman of UADI who started this initiative. Now you know, right? Wherever you go, whatever you do, KYC, X, Y, Z. Now, as a country, which can be very difficult to implement this type of system in such a country, but now Aadhaar is even in the village, people know about Aadhaar card. So that is the first transformation which you have done. That is the identity layer. We have done it very well. Next is payment. Payment is very, very important. What people have to do is, that is the, you all know, UPI, right? United Payment Interface is the next one which the country has done very well. And to be very, very frank with you, the UPI is also, Nandan was involved. Nandan was involved in the UPI also, but it's found by somebody else. Basically, currently, as of now, we talk about the US, we talk about many countries, but India is the largest user of UPI in the world today. No, thanks to all this initiative, that's the second layer. We use the UPI more than the US, more than China today. Then data. Right? This is next the data. Data, you see now, you have to have the transfer of data. The data has to go, right? So now you click, you do a transaction, the other it's not happening just like that, right? From your mobile, it has to go to your bank account. From your bank server, then it has to debit your SB account. Then the money has to go to that bank to that person's account. All this has to happen seamlessly, and nobody's wanting to wait. See, if the transaction takes 2 minutes, will you wait? No. So we all have to happen this in no time. Absolutely, you touch this, right? You want to transfer any money, it's all done. If you make a mistake, it's gone. That's the way it is today, right? So how it is possible? The infrastructure, the layer, the communication. We are talking about earlier 2G, 3G, 4G, 5G, right? We are questioning now the complete thing, right? The light transfer, the air, all the physics are getting questioned today. All the physics are getting questioned because people never thought these, air can transfer this much of data. Now you see, right? Earlier we were not able to know. You take the phone, then ring, all those things are gone. Now you do video call on WhatsApp. How it is possible? You can take that, it has to take your air, has to take all these things. So network has to be that strong. So a lot of innovations have happened. So that is where I think all the layers India has done well: identity, payment, and data. These are data is now next is cloud. You all know all this data is going now where? Cloud. Cloud is nothing. See, there is a storage there in remote places called data centers. All of you should come and visit the data centers, how it is done in the country. You have to come and see the data centers of all the places. Cloud is Microsoft has got a cloud, Azure. Amazon got a cloud. Now Reliance got a cloud. All of them has got a cloud service data centers, which is all huge. And what happened? It's controlled so well, and I think the technology has taken us into other world now. That's what is happening. So we have done all very well. Next is the last time. India has supported a lot of startup in these areas. Most of these apps in this all startups. All now you tell me you use any app today. Red bus. You have seen a red bus ticket booking now. You know seamlessly you can book any bus. Earlier you had to go to the bus stop, book the ticket, and all nothing done. All your bus tickets are booked in Red Bus, any destination across India, book. So I can see make my trip. Oh, you can do everything by just in your phone. This is absolutely a digital transformation, and we are all getting used to it. So whether it is useful or not, that's the other. But what I'm saying is basically we have transformed digitally as a country, which is good. So that is where we are supporting the startup companies to do all this app. Unicorns, you all have unicorns. Which company? No, the e-commerce companies I'll talk about it. All these companies have grown big time thanks to the digital information. Today we have 22 lakh, 2.2 million registered startups in the country, out of which Tamil Nadu, Bangalore, Tamil Nadu and Karnataka scored the highest startup companies registered. In each street, there's a startup company today in Chennai. Each street, there are one or two in Bangalore. So people are mushrooming. I think we encourage the startup to grow. That's very important for a digital transformation. Then you all know, right? I am just telling about which are the sectors which is getting transferred. I have another 5-10 minutes. So, a lot of sectors, digital transformation is happening. One of the sectors is finance. You all know, right? All of us are very, very familiar with finance, UPI, all the records now. No need. Everything can be onloaded, offloaded by the sector. Next is IT. IT, you know, right? IT sector, all of us know how it is booming. A lot of startups. Then next is healthcare. Healthcare, one of the examples what they're talking about is we were able to do 2.25 billion vaccine doses in just 2 years during the pandemic. More than think healthcare, now you all understand all your data. Earlier the insurance companies, right? You go insurance company, then they will call the insurance company, claim, then the claim will come sometime, will not come sometime, you have to pay. Now there's called revenue cycle management, RCM. Seamlessly, one application connect all your providers, all the insurance companies, all the insurance third parties together in one portal, and the claim can be done in 1 hour's time, which used to take like 1 week earlier. Now it's all 1 hour's time, and you all know the lab information system. There's a big change in the lab where path lab. You see all the path labs now completely run on application seamlessly. Nobody will touch the blood today. Blood, you take the blood sample, put it somewhere, till the result, nobody needs to touch. It's all automated. You just put the blood, all the things will come, the report will get printed. And the report will be also sent to the patient. You don't need for any interference in all these things, which is big time in healthcare. Then e-commerce, you know, right? 77 million Indian shops. 77 million is, or 1 million is 10 lakhs. That many Indian shops are through digital platform today. In India, you can buy, you all know, right? Whatever, one of the app, you all know, right? Something about Swiggy, Zomato. Chidambaram is also Swiggy, Zomato is there, right? Swiggy in Bangalore is delivering 375,000 food packets a day in Bangalore alone. Bangalore people, IT people, they don't cook. But 3 lakhs is happening. But what happened? It's a system. See, it is a complete infra, digital infra. So, you know, Swiggy is not just like that, right? It has to, you have to order. The order has to go to the restaurant. From the restaurant, that Swiggy, that guy, pickup guy has to know, he has to know my location, that location of the restaurant, what food I ordered, and what delivery time, all happens, and the money is getting debited. All can happen in a single app. Single app. Like this, there I can tell you, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of apps are coming, which is making your life so simple. This is the transformation. So e-commerce is going anywhere. You want anything, and you want to buy something, comparison, X, Y, Z. No, that loyalty is gone now. People just want to buy, click and buy. Only thing is you should have money in your account. If you have money, you can account all you do. So that's the only thing we have to take care. The rest is taken care by others. Education, I think Dr. RMK, you know, he's definitely focused more towards. I think this is the first university, I have the last like 4 or 5 times I've seen. I think this is the first university to doing this G20 leadership declaration, role of Indian academy in formulating world order. First university. I have addressed 5, 6 different colleges in different universities, including Anna University. I don't think any university has started this. I thank you, Dr. RMK, for starting this initiative. Thank you. So education side, you know, right now earlier teaching was easy. When teachers taught us, it was simple. We have to listen to them. Whatever they tell, we should agree or okay, because now my grandson, if somebody the teacher says, he can Google and see whether the teacher is telling is right or wrong. He can Google there, or we can also. Now what happened? The teaching is becoming tough. It's not like those days, but good. Those days we had good teachers. I'm not saying these days we don't have, but I'm telling you the system. It's a very, very interesting talk. I want to talk to all of you. We are talking about so much of digital and innovation. I just want to ask one question to all of you here. Last 2 decades, 24 years of the world, 25 top innovations. Top innovations is, I'm not taking going to moon or sending a satellite. The top 25 innovations without which we cannot live today. 25 top innovations without which we cannot live today. That type of innovation in the last 25 years is the survey done by NASA. What one innovation is? Can we live without No, we can't. So like this, can you live without internet? So now I can tell you so many things, right? We cannot live without many things. All the innovations, out of the 25 innovations, how many came out of India? This is the question to all of you. How many innovations out of the 24 years, 25 innovations, which we cannot live without today, how many innovations is out of India? This is the question. 5, huh? You know how many? How many out of the 25? India, not Indian. India. Number, anybody? 10? Huh? Using all. We have invented. Okay, I will tell the answer. The answer is, that's the reality. But don't blame it is not because of the brain. Definitely not. It is the content. I can talk to Dr. RMP about all this separately, but the environmental is totally different on research in the country. So none of the innovations has happened out of India. All these innovations have happened, out of which 20 innovations have happened to the US. 20 innovations have out of the reason, I think there's no time today. I can come some other time and spend a later time, but 20 innovations out of the US, India, no innovation. Why? But okay, next question is, Sir came out that, how many Indians involved in this 25 innovations? 25, we know, right? 25, none has happened in India. Have Indians involved in these innovations? Involved, agree? Right, you said, no? Sabir Bhatia, Hotman. So, out of the 25, 14 innovations where Indians were involved in this innovation, but not in India. This is I'm dealing with this for all of you to guess how we should to improve. So this is the reality. So we Indians were involved. So don't question the Indian brains. No, we are great, but it has not happened out of India. Next is logistics. You all know, right? That's a sector. No FASTag. You go to your toll gates. It's getting debited to your FASTag account. It goes to the bank. That bank of that thing all happens. No time your car crosses. How it is possible? Again, our digital transformation. Now logistics. So many things I can keep on telling about the sectors. Then government. It happened. Government has to do something to happen. I'm not talking about politics. I'm talking about government. Which government has done, what government has done. We are not here to talk about that. But as a government, we have started this initiative in 2015, 8 years before. Digitization has started in 2015. Make in India started in 2014. We said we have to make in India. You see the big tiger now, make in India everywhere. It started in 2014. Then digital rupee, which you will come to know. We still not started using. If you start using it, we will not carry even rupee with us. No cash needed. All can be done by a digital rupee, so that the usage of your cash comes down. So that's the initiative started, but still has to take place. So this is some of the government initiatives. So a lot of case studies I can keep on going, right? Today, the banking sector has cut out no middleman, right? We don't need to visit bank. Now, all the bank transactions, you want a fixed deposit, you do. You want to transfer from XY to do, you to your wife do. You want to store all the salary down. All this can be done without going to the bank. But the elder people want to go to the bank to spend time. That's different. So 60, 65, now they have to spend time, they go to the bank, they like it. I think now as a country, the visiting bank is really going lower. So there one question comes from with all these things, whether we lose manpower, means job opportunity. This is the question comes, not. I think I want to tell all of you, the digital transformation will not reduce, will make it more efficient and more people to come in. For example, Swiggy. You know, each place, how many people are there to deliver the food? It's a big thing. Bangalore alone, 570 lakh, 5.7 lakh people are there in Swiggy, employees, to deliver food. Can you imagine? It will happen more than the restaurants in Bangalore. So like this, any sector you take, all the application development, there's a company to app development. They need engineers. So absolutely digital economy, don't even think that your job is going to get reduced. This I just want to tell you. Then, according to the report, FICCI report, 120 billion market is going to be 120. 1 billion is today 8,000 crores. $1 billion is 8,000 crores. 120 into 8,000 crores. I think maths people can count. That's the number in 2026. The transaction going to happen in e-commerce. More about convenience other than brand loyalty, which I told you, right? Now it's not loyalty brand, convenience. I don't want to go there, I just want to buy something which I buy. This is a complete transformation of system. Challenges. Now coming to all these things, I have another 2-3 minutes. Full scale adoption by Indian population for digital platform tools. You know, right? Digital literacy, it's not that everybody is educated, English, because see, we have now all these mobiles are going into different language also, any language, Kannada, Tamil or Telugu, all going to the mobile now. We have different keyboards working, but still there is a challenge for us to push through the rural fully. So that challenge is nothing but digital literacy. People have to still get to learn it. Then privacy. This is a big concern, right? If you see that, because see, when you open up, the moment you open up all these things, there's a problem of people hacking your account. So many people talk to you and say that the bank will not ask you the OTP, this, that, and everything is done. So that means there are a lot of things are happening behind you. So the moment you open up too much, there's a problem of your data privacy. See, earlier you don't have a mobile phone there, so now people can do anything. People can threaten you, people can identify you, people can, so many things happen. So there is a concern about privacy, which is there. Then digital supply chain. The moment you were talking about 35 crore transactions a day, that much of money has to move in, that much money to come out. There is a major amount of logistics issue. Each company is having, and again supply chain. I'm talking about the food delivery. It is not easy to supply all this. There can be some problem somewhere. So that's a challenge. Then personal and equipment continued maintenance of innovation platform. See what happened? Now using all right. Earlier we used to Nokia phone, that phone, this phone, or Apple phone. Everybody wants to change their phone now in 6 to 1 year time because the technology is getting changed. There's a big threat that nobody wants to keep. Nobody wants to keep the same phone again and again. Everybody, the problem is it is not that phone is gone bad. It's not. We want to upgrade our phone to latest technology. So that's going to be a major thing that we are going to spend more money. All of us have spent more money because I used to tell earlier the house rent used to be 300 to 400, 500 rupees. Now your mobile bill is equivalent to your house rent those days. Each of us are paying mobile rent, which is more than the house rent those days. So that's a challenge. Then innovation. Here again, innovations. You have to make sure that the innovation also suits your country's infra. So that's a challenge, right? You have to be, anything you bring, you have to make sure that you bring a car here in India, that if the car can drive 200 kilometers, it cannot. We don't have the road to drive the car. So always any innovation has to suit with the country's opportunities and future trends. mass adoption of open networks. You all know, right? Now open networks is coming, which is called ONDC. Open network is nothing but you and Flipkart means you and Flipkart directly will have a link. You will not go through anything. So it will transfer you and buyer and seller. Buyer and seller network is going to become, this called open network is going to come. Then the introduction of the digital rupee, you all know, right, which we talked about. I think all this I talked about earlier. So here I think we have to come to the main point of how the education sector, role of education sector in this is very, very important. Public adapt the digitization, the education sector has to take initiative in upskilling both present and future citizens. Very, very important. Because see, now any student, anybody is there, I think it's the responsibility of the education institution, make sure you teach them not English, physics, chemistry, computer science. You have to make sure that they also get aware of digital economy. I think that's very, very important. The moment you come out of the school, college, you should be familiar in using all these gadgets, which is very important. Then colleges will play a huge role in inspiring further research. I told you, no, this 20 innovations, how India has to happen. So some of you, some of the students who are here has to invent something. So basically the education institution have done, Anamala University, you see, Dr. R.M. Hay has done a lot of things, good things, even the earlier Vice Chancellor have done. We have something called, you all know AARF. Have you visited AARF? You go and visit the Research Foundation. I am a director of the Research Foundation, which is again, as an Anamala University, is promoting startups and incubators. So you have to go and visit those places. So I think our university is playing a good role in promoting entrepreneurs and innovation. Then data privacy practices has to be taught by the education institution. Then again, curriculum. I can keep on telling. I think the education institution has got major role to play to help this transformation. So job creation, I talked about to all of you, that job creation is absolutely, don't worry that nobody will lose the job. We will increase the job. India's current population, the worker population 2019-20 labor force survey, total employed workers in the core digital economy estimated to 4.9 million. So I've told you, job creation is very much there. There's a huge economic growth. You see the numbers. Economic and Digital India initiative could boost our GDP by more than 1 trillion by 2025. Services, you all know, right? Services are getting improved thanks to digitization. Then digital payments have transformed business by simplifying the payment process. You all know, right? Nowadays, you want to buy something, there's no need to take any cash, no need for a change. It's so simple. Go, you scan the QR code and pay the money and come. Life has become so simple. And productivity, there's no need for him to count the cash, night. All those things have gone out. In terms of you can get what you want at the comfort at your home. What you want, these are all the impact on us. So global, I'm not able to, I'm just telling this cover. We are not still, don't think we are still number one in the digitization of the world. We are still ranked for 52nd in digital quality of life in the world. We are 52nd, not anywhere. And then we are 49th in the digital competitive ranking. World has taken, we are 49th in the competitive. And UPI, we are doing well. And as per the data, 46% of the real-time payments made worldwide. Worldwide, if it is 100 payments made, 46 payments are made in India. With this note, I think future looks very, very fantastic. 2015, in 8 years, we have transformed very well as a country in digital. I think the education institution have a role to play. All of us are now used to it. We cannot come out. No, we have to now go more and more into digitization. We cannot now come out of it. With this note, thank you very much for the opportunity, Dr. R.M. Hay, for inviting me. All have a good digital India. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Veerappan. It's really a very well structured, very well time managed, very typical to a communication expert's presentation. We had a real nice presentation. Thank you. As I used to do before opening it up for the discussion, see, everything is fine. இந்த தமிழ்ல சினிமால வடிவேல சொல்லுவார்ல, எல்லாத்தையும் மறைச்சிட்டு தலையில இருக்க கொண்டைய மறைக்கலையே அப்படின்ட்டு. அது போல, see, of late, this is a real practical problem. Many of my colleagues and students, they used to get a WhatsApp message or email message or a phone message with my picture. Hi, where are you? I'm held up in Bangalore airport. Can you just make a payment of 10,000 rupees to my account? This is coming up. And people say that artificial intelligence can reproduce my signature. No need for me to sign the files. Anybody can put the signature with an artificial intelligence. How is the role of cyber security, and are we not, as long as we go deep into digitization, we need to be secure also? And what are all the steps you envisage to ensure cyber security?
It's a typical Dr. RMK question. So no, basically, you all know, right? I talked about the moment you go for any technology, there's a problem. See, if we don't have a technology, there's no issue at all, but we have to go to, so any change you go through in technological, there is a security problem, which we have to accept. It is not, because it is, see what happened, no? You are transferring money, if you're taking a cash and I'm giving it to him, between me and him, no issue, no, nothing had happened. Now I am transferring from the money from here, it is going first through the GSM to this tower. Then this tower, it is going to my bank, then that goes up. There is a possibility of somebody hacking somewhere. Because the technology comes, people are also becoming disruptive. Please understand that how we are smart, there is a smart community there to hack all this. All your passwords, what you type on your phone or your password, there is a survey done worldwide. If somebody has done 290th time, something like that, they can break your password. And there is a company which is a startup, which is doing only this work. Their company is, they can break your passwords. So they will see the pattern, how it goes and everything. So as I tell, the whole thing is, as a country, I will not cut it very short, as a country, we have taken a lot of mission on cyber security. Cyber security, one is on, now it's a crime. Earlier, cyber security was not a crime. Now you can file a FIR, go to the police station. Please, if somebody is hacking your phone, somebody is threatening you, you can file an FIR. And there's a separate cyber crime department to take care of it. Now what happened, each network, now we have gone for we have told all the operators to go for a complete encrypted. So the moment data goes out of you, it's nobody, even if the guy hacks it's all, till you de-encrypt this, nobody can get into it. So I can say it is a 90%. But somebody is again coming with the tool to de-encrypt in between. So that's a challenge, but all our operators are given a clear instruction, whatever goes out of our phone, don't worry, it is safe. So that government has taken, all the telecom operators are now, nothing happens without encryption. All are encrypted, no data goes wrong. That is again. Then again what happened, let's go to the cloud, safest. You say Amazon or your Microsoft Azure, all the clouds are the top. They have taken the certification for cyber security, which is proven beyond doubt now. So the moment it goes to there, all the data centers are now completely secure. So we can worry, because they have so much of audit going on in the cloud. So cloud is covered. So your operator is covered. Only thing you have to take care of your password changes. You should not tell your password to somebody. All these things you have to take care. The rest is, I can say 90% taken care by the operators, by the cloud people and so on. And the banks. Now banks, right, the threat is more in the banks. So bank has put all the initiatives for cyber security now. Now, that's why when you wear, it's a double security, this thing, you have to, like now thumb impression is coming, face ID is coming. So the problem is, we have to use the technology. See, why don't you put your face impression on your phone? So then, except nobody can, the face recognition or thumb recognition is the best. Each of our thumb is different. All the population in the world, the only thing which differentiates, not even our face, our people, our head, our body, nothing. This is not the same to anyone in the world. I think God has created all of us like that. So please use all these things to take care of your area. The rest of the area, the government, the operators, the data centers, all are completely now becoming secure, and they are audited every 15 days. Now the data centers are audited every 15 days. cybersecurity audit is happening every 15 days. So now, to give sir the number, I think the question, the answer may be long, but I want to tell him. The earlier, the cybersecurity attack, say for example 100, now it reduced to 21. So 21 is still there, but from 100 it has come to 21. So we are becoming safer. Still another 21% we have to make sure that we are safe. So that's where we stand.
Thank you, sir. Any other question?
Yeah, any other question?
There are no more questions. As a mark of our gratitude, may I request our Honorable Vice Chancellor to kindly come forward to honor our Veerappan sir. Thank you, sirs. Thank you very much. And we'll break for a very short tea. We'll take only 10 minutes for the tea break, and immediately after the tea, we have two stalwarts who are going to talk on very interesting topics. We'll now break for tea.